Hello Marie, how are you? I do hope you're fine. So thank you for your questions and thank you for your donation. It's greatly appreciated. So let's try to sort all these questions out. I don't know how long we can do all of them for. As you know, it's half an hour, and some of those, especially the last questions, they do need a long time to really get an in-depth reading for them. But we'll work through these as much as we can. We'll do the first ones quick, hopefully. So let's have a look about you and Dan. So will you talk again? Will you talk again to Dan? Let's have a look. So, and why has he pushed you away? And what's in the store for the future with you and Dan? And what's his opinion of you? And how shall you proceed with him? So I think we can eliminate how shall I proceed with him, because we'll see what's going on, why he pushed you away, and his opinion, etc. Right, so will you talk again with Dan? Will you, Holly Mary, and Dan. Holly Marie and Dan. Holly Marie and Dan. So let's see the possibility of you two talking again, depending on what's going on with that. So we have the Four of Pentacles, which isn't a particularly fantastic card to actually have. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles, which keeps themselves to themselves, so that's bad. But we do have the King of Swords here. So I think if he'll understand the situation a little bit more about communication, because you see here that every little thought is connected. It's a lot like within our brain about the synapses. So if they do feel connected, which we'll see, we'll go back to these three cards later, because we need to know why he pushed you away. Why did he push you away, and what's in store for the future with him, and how shall you proceed? So let's have a look why he pushed you away, and use those cards at the back of the mind to actually understand, will you talk again? So why did Dan push Holly Marie away? Why did Dan push, whoa, falling all over the place, Holly Marie? Why did Dan push Holly Marie away? Right, so the reason he pushed you away, again, wow, look at that. So again, we have the Four of Pentacles. He doesn't want to share his opinions with you. He just wants to keep himself to himself. So that's one thing. That's perhaps why he pushed you away. But also with the King of Swords again. I think why he pushed you away is the communication wasn't spot on. And he didn't really understand who you were and how they were in the relationship. But the Ten of Pentacles, one of the things that we can see clearly now why they did push you away is because he wanted to work on family issues of the heart surrounding how they can adapt. So maybe they felt that you didn't quite fit in, or he didn't fit into yours. But also career is very important, and the practical side. So it's almost about the value, and I don't think they could really express what that was that they actually needed. So, but basically they just didn't want to share. It's cut off. His whole energy is cut off, and I don't think he could actually say that to you. So that's one of the things. I also feel perhaps that family matters, even though he was emotionally attached to you, because he was, wasn't he? Definitely. Maybe the matters of the family issues, and yeah, you know, his values didn't quite meet with what was going on. So let's see what is in the store for you and Dan, to see if Dan will open up a little bit more with that. So let's see if there's any future with you and Dan. It's very closed off. If Four of Pentacles come up twice, that's very closed off. So let's have a look about Holly Marie. And so, future. Right, okay, so first of all, we've got the Wheel of Fortune for that, but we've also got the Ace of Swords, which is good. With the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes things do move on in a successful way. So depending on how Dan kind of communicates or not, as the case may be, is how things are going to go. But you've got justice upside down, so you're not fully going to get justice with Dan. Meaning for you, the relationship isn't going to heal as well as you think it might. Or I think he's just going to make a decision, a clear decision, that things will move forward for them. So sometimes those old habits, why you did break off, will come back. So that's why they've got the injustice about the situation. I still see them as a King of Swords, and when they're holding a sword, he can wield it to defend or attack. So it's a kind of an aspect where you can see this person holding the key, and you can see here within the shell, it really is complicated. So his decisions about leaving you, not communicating, are complicated. But I do have a feeling it's to do with how he was brought up and how he's pulling away with that. So let's have a look at his opinion of you at the moment. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? So let's have the look of the opinion. So what's Dan's opinion of Holly Marie at the moment? What's the opinion of Holly Marie? So, right, this is very much like what we got with the Two of Cups. This is a Hierophant. This is a major arcana card. And it's all about that spiritual connectedness. So he does obviously feel still connected to you. But here with the Eight of Wands, he's just stuck. He doesn't know what to do. And that's what demonstrated with the Four of Pentacles twice. It's stuck. It's stagnant. He doesn't know how to proceed. He doesn't know how to push forward. It's a shame, but it's just what it is. So the Eight of Swords is all about trapping their mindset. So it doesn't know how to communicate, even though some of the thoughts that are going around with them. So I don't know if you said that you didn't want commitment, or they said that they didn't want commitment. On the Two of Pentacles, it's like, I don't know what to do about this situation. They're very stressed about it. They may be overworked. They may be concentrating on their career a little bit too much. But whatever it is, it's out of sorts. From the other reading, we got the injustice of the situation. So it is very, very challenging for them to move forward. And with that, they're just stuck. They don't want to move forwards, but they are connected to you. So whatever you said or whatever he said, and it's been muddled up, it's just stuck. It's like stalemate, or at least, you know, a stale or check. You know, when you play chess, it's like, oh, what move do I make? So at the moment, they can't really get a move, but they do feel a connection with you on a soul aspect. So moving on to a soul connection with Dan, let's have a look about that. And this might help you a little bit how to proceed with them. I mean, if he's in no communication at all, is that what you said? You're both not speaking. Yeah, stuck energy. Right, let's have a look what your soul is going on. Right, whole money and done. Whole money and done. Right, so the first one is boundaries. So boundaries between you and Dan is really, really special. Maybe he's trying to hint in many aspects, or maybe you have, and it's like, right, we're stuck because we did have a boundary. They had an opinion, maybe it was from the family, that they really didn't want to go down a route, and then it's like it wasn't honoured. So whatever you expressed, maybe it was yourself trying to express something and they didn't understand and they got the huff. Uh, but everyone does have their limitations. So this is very, very important to them. So when boundaries are kind of pushed or shoved, even if because a lot of times we do feel like we can change the other person's mind. Say, for instance, you know, one partner wants a puppy or a kitten, and the other person says clearly, no, I do not want a puppy or a kitten. And the other person goes, oh, I'm sure they'll like it, I'll just get one. So they get the puppy or the kitten and they go, well, I've told you, I'm not walking the dog because I didn't want a dog. Why are you forcing me to walk the dog when I don't want it? And it just goes on like that. So this is why it's very important to know the boundaries. So maybe in the next relationship, what you wanted to know how to proceed with him, but also in next relationship, honour boundaries. When some people say something, it is important. And equally, when you convey to them, this is my boundary. I don't want to do the dishes after I've eaten because that's just how I don't feel. I like to relax. I feel ill when I've eaten and I can't do it. That's a boundary. So it doesn't matter who's expressing a boundary. That's one of the things that needs to be done. Also, connection. Your connection is eternal and unbreakable. Oh dear, it's a shame. Sometimes within soul connections, it's just what it is. So the very much being connected with this person is, but it doesn't matter. It's like when we meet our soul people within our lifetime, we do feel that it has been a special relationship. But it doesn't mean to say we have to be together. It just means we are connected. We are connected to everything and everyone. So, you know, it's nice to be connected, isn't it? So you are still connected. It doesn't mean to say it's going to be marriage and all the rest of it. But so I suppose, you know, if Dan wants to talk to you again, then the lesson there is to respect boundaries and kind of hear each other out, especially with body language and things like that. It's always that active listening. Right, so moving on to the second part of this reading, which these are very interesting questions. What part of myself do I need to work on to have a balanced relationship? We just have a look, boundaries. So know how you value yourself and what kind of boundaries you need. So knowing your personality, do you need space within a relationship? Do you need to go out with the girls every week or the boys? Do you need to have time for your hobby? Do you know what I mean? So there's many qualities within that one needs to set. And how am I going to recognise your soulmate? Interesting. What does the universe want me to know when it comes to my love life right now? And what do I need to do, focus on before a new relationship? And how do I know if my instincts are trustworthy when it comes to love? Right, let's do all that. Right, so let's do the soul, emotional, and what to learn. Okay, because that each one of those things could be a huge spread. They are very in-depth questions, and I'm very amazed at how intelligently you can ask questions. Many people don't know how to do that, but you've already sorted out a lot of stuff that you need to recognise. So that's grand. Right, let's have a look at Holman. Right, okay, so on a soul level about love and relationships, this is what we need to learn. So what parts of yourself do you need to work on to have a balanced relationship? This is following like your inner voice and your higher self of what you need to know within where you are as a soul now. So let's see what we quickly need to know. Okay, cool. So at the moment with the Six of Wands, you are a success. So one of the things to realise, it doesn't matter how many relationships go by the by. And that's quite good really, because it's almost like that onion and peeling back what it is as a person. So really know as a soul that you are a success. You are finding your inner honey, your inner truth. So being successful about each relationship and each person that you meet will allow yourself to realise that what you do want. So you are a success. So just because we've had relationships, fall by the by, as we say, and with Dan closing off, that's his problem, it's not your problem. And your soul is trying to convey to you, you are a success no matter where you are. So that is very important. Also with the hermit, sometimes we need to have that space and time to realize that our light is shining, but to understand what you need within relationships. So that means what values that you want. And when we looked at the boundaries, it's very important. You can always push the boundary out a little bit more. It is actually like a tennis match. When you do a single tennis match, the boundaries are small. And then when you do a doubles, like two people, you open it up a bit. And that's exactly the same is what we need. We need to realise that we do need to create a little bit more space for a special person. So sometimes we get into our own habits within our love life in the way we are, and it is very hard to encompass another person. So just have a real deep think at this moment in time while you're making the space to realise what sort of space and environment you want within a love relationship. So that's on a soul level. Also on a soul level, you've got the Nine of Wands, but it is reversed. So this is, one has to realise that sometimes we have been hurt within our life, whether that's from our parents or relationships or just the environment. So sometimes it is important to have a rest. We don't just jump into a new relationship. This is your time to be successful in yourself, getting to know yourself, because the soul kind of wants that at the moment. So recognising that it is important to have a rest. There is no race. You don't have to get married by 2022 or 23 just because all the other people are. This is your time to heal in a way, to understand that to get stronger in moving on will enable you to take the shortcuts, because you'll know yourself and what it is that you need to grow, the value of what you want within a partner. So this is kind of important. Allow the healing process to take place. Also, so moving on to the emotional aspect of what love is around you at the moment. So we've got Eight of Pentacles, the Sun reversed, and the Knight of Cups. Yay! So the Eight of Pentacles is about learning to focus on yourself. Also, really working on something that can refine. So instead of just, you know, being in a bar or a restaurant or a club or whatever environment people are in and having that person walk up to you, it's about working within and putting on the details. So for yourself is to get to know yourself, like your soul is asking. Do you want an independent relationship where your partner works and you work? Or do you want to be at home with the children and all the rest of it? It really does matter what you want. Sometimes, like we said before, it's those boundaries yet again. It's, do you want someone to give you space to do things? But the focus is looking at the greater details, what I talked about before, about do they want children? Have they got children? Have you got children? Maybe if you meet that soulmate of yours, you've already got children. So all these kind of things you have to weigh in. What if, and kind of colouring in. So it's almost like that colouring book, and you need to put in the details. So do I want them to have loads of friends, or do I just want them really to have one or two or one, and then spend time with me at home doing what we want to do together, go on holidays, explore things. So this card is saying emotionally you need to fill in these details about what you want, and that's kind of very important. You do have the Sun, but you've reversed it. So I'm going back to the Six of Wands here, that you are successful. It's like you've reversed this, so you don't understand emotionally that you can create everything that you want. So that's on a positive as well as a negative, but it means you are the creator. You can put energy in what you create. So it's very much like a manifestation goal, doing the colouring in, which is good. So also you've got, where is it? Yeah, here we go. The Knight of Cups. So emotionally you want that love, and it is coming in, and you can give it. So express to yourself exactly what it is that you want surrounding love. I always use pink rose quartz. Pair them up together. It's really good to actually do that. And then that love comes in. But affirmations of love. I am willing to accept and love myself exactly as I am. Telling yourself how much you are loved and adored, because you are a beautiful person, beautiful beyond measure. So, you know, find someone who's a little bit more, have depth. And I think that's one of the things you can recognise your soulmate with, having depth, but being honest and truthful and not falling for the idealistic ways is very important. So what we have here is how we're moving forward to that. And I don't know why you've drawn these cards. Well, I do. It's kind of, you have a rummy. You've got the Four of Cups. You've also got the Five of Cups. But you've also got the Three of Cups, which is good. But these two cups are a little bit kind of annoying. And I can understand why in a way, because maybe you're still hung up on Dan. So it's almost like with the Four of Cups, realising that opportunities are there. But with the Five of Cups, it's a reminder that if you really do want a new relationship and you really do want to find your soulmate, then what really has to happen is drop Dan completely. Because I don't think Dan, even though you are connected on that kind of spiritual way and things like that, and this is why in a way that Nine of Wands came up, that give yourself time to heal and to move forward. It's not a race. Do understand it's not a race to find love at the moment with another person. But it is important for you to realise that, you know, when you focus on the disappointment and the pain and everything, we can't find that Two of Cups. The Five of Cups is always about what we've lost. and then paying attention to that, but not realizing the two beautiful blooms are there, and that's that new connection with the Two of Cups. So with the Four of Cups, it's like ignoring what needs to be looked at. So these two cards remind us that, yeah, it's fine to feel pain, and if we're a little bit sad, that's absolutely fine. We can do that. We can go through that depressive period. But it's a reminder, not too long, not too long. If we spend a long time on that, we're not going to connect to the opportunities. So set yourself a boundary about how long you want to feel this pain. Heal from it, but don't be consumed by it. If you're consumed by it, you're not in control of yourself. And to remind your soul, again, that taking the time out to actually heal will bring that success with the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is that success, helped by friends. So talking of friends, you do have the Three of Cups, which are friends, but also it's a celebration of who you are. So once you do feel like, okay, I realise now I have to just get out and mingle and socialise and really be very positive. So spend the time, whatever time limit you give yourself, to get over the situation with Dan. Because of the Four of Pentacles that was shown twice, as well as the Nine of Pentacles twice, it shows that they're more than happy to be on their own at the moment. So I don't think that's got energy is going to push forward, even though there is that connection. I don't think it is. So this is a reminder that we do need to socialise, get out there with friends and family and things like that. So moving on from that, we're going to give you... Oh, I haven't got a lot of time. See, it's too rushed, half an hour. Right, okay. So let's have a look. What you need to know with love, what's coming up for you in love and romance. So, oh, there we are. Soulmate. Yay. So you do have a soulmate. You've got a really special soulmate. So what we're going to do... How do I recognise him, you said? Well, he's there for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to channel a message from your future soulmate to see what they need to tell you. Your little twin flame. Never shuffle these cards. Right, okay. For whole Marie. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so we have this one. So we have transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So that was a message from your soulmate. Yay! So transformation always has to take place. So that's very much like the Death card. And also the Judgment card in renewal. So when we transform from one place to another, it's like that bridge, which is very much like the Five of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite. You've got that white bridge, so you need to cross over from the 3 to the 2. So it's like releasing that pain. Where are we? I'll find it. So it's very much like the transformation on the Five of Cups, transforming from what you've lost into what you gain. So if you do that, so for you to understand on a love soul level, if you concentrate on the pain that's spilt, all these flowers in the water, they're going to die, but we've got this up here, that connection. So it's a reminder that what you felt with Dan can be replicated with somebody else. That soul connection with the Hierophant of a spiritual soul connection is definitely there. So when we realise that from your soulmate to transform yourself, you're just going to feel so different and so loving in a lot of ways. So that's the kind of aspect of that. And just further, I want to give you a message from the Whispers of Love, just so you can also help what you need to know to heal from a loving point of view from who you are as a self. So taking away with the Six of Wands, you are successful in love, and you've just got to embrace that unconditional love is always there for you. But you do have a special person there for you. But Dan at the moment is not expressing that one way. Just happy to be closed off at the moment. It could change, but it's a little bit dodgy, isn't it? So what do we need to know? Consider your foundation. Look at how committed you are to love. So this has come up with the Ten of Pentacles. This is very much like the Ten of Pentacles that we had in a reading for him. So the foundation of what you're building. So what can you transform in your life? Trust, loyalty, forgiveness, value. Boundaries is obviously one of them. When you have that perfect house, we need our boundary, you know, our gates and our fence, and this is my home, this is my security, and I feel at home. So if security is one of those important things, put that on your list. When you're doing your Virgo hermit mode, what is important to me? Do I want a nice home? What is the foundation of what you do want to develop? It's not about, oh, I'll just see who I get. No. It's really making things solid for you. If we don't have a plan, then we just don't have a plan. So this is important for you at this moment in time. When you're ready to move forward, it's like see for yourself what it is. So it's about respecting yourself. This is about respect, knowing your boundaries, but knowing your foundation of who you are. Think of that perfect person that you're going to have for the rest of your life. So it's not about a fleeting relationship when we're really young, one night stand here and a week relationship and whatnot. We need the foundation of her. So get to know yourself. Get to know yourself first in a loving way, in a passionate, valued way, and you do have that success. Remember, you did have the Six of Wands as well as the Three of Cups, which was complete success on both energies, wherever it's gone. There you are. So that was the start of your reading, and you know, this particular second part of the reading. You had the Six of Wands, which is success, and the Three of Cups is celebration. So when you realise that you do have that marvellous love factor, you've got a big heart. So, you know, good riddance to Dan if you can't recognise what a wonderful person you are. So find that foundation and just write down all the qualities that you want in a partner. But you have to have them within yourself. That is your foundation. That is the rock. That is the foundation. When we build a foundation, then we can build a big house. This is the first lesson we learn as children. If the foundation of bricks is just wobbly, it's just going to wobble over. And that's why you need that strong foundation. Okay? So thank you, Hol Marie, for this reading. I've enjoyed meeting you and doing a reading for you. And I hope that's cleared up. I know that was very rushed, but some of those questions are more deep and we need to look into it in a deeper way. But I'm sure it's given you a skeleton about what's happening in the here and now. Lots of love to you, and we'll see you again very soon. Do let me know in an email what you think or whatever, and hopefully I've helped. All right, lots of love to you. Do take care.